You know, I'm just going to go on, and if no one can hear, that's your fault. It's not ours. We're going to just plow through, and if you want to be disrespectful to the members of the audience, then you can do that.
Emotions erupt as Detroit's financial review team meets over whether to recommend appointing an outside manager to take over the cash-strapped city.
On this deadline day, the crowd erupted in outrage over and over again as the review team tried to make a recommendation to the governor on Detroit's financial emergency.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Joanne Purton.
And I'm Stephen Clark. 7 Action News reporter Val Clark is live in Detroit's News Center with more on this developing story. And Val, we were watching today, and things really were getting heated in that open meeting.
Yeah, they really were, Stephen. Actually, Stephen and Joanne, throughout the entirety of the 2 hours. Now, backing up just a bit, 90 days. After 90 days, the financial review team was supposed to come up with a recommendation today. Today was their deadline. Well, there is no recommendation. Instead, they came up with 2 conclusions. And one of them they came up with last week, the conclusion that says Detroit is going through severe financial stress. Second thing they concluded, get this, there is no plan in place. For a week, of course, we had protesters all over the city outside. Well, today they took their protest inside, and they were totally disruptive throughout the meeting.
Try to push us down.
We're up here
Take our constitutional rights away.
There's no question that there was a lot of pure frustration, but also, frankly, some of it was pure theater, the likes we haven't seen in a while. And even though the public had been commenting and interrupting for 2 hours, there was also an official public comment portion of the meeting. Let's take a listen.
You should be shamed. If there was a tribe of Detroit, you would be banned from the tribe. You are a sellout, brother. Take care.
Make sure it is said that you protected democracy. I recommend, I challenge, I charge each and every one of you to resign from this nonsense.
Amen.
And take your report to the governor and tell him, hell no, this is a threat to democracy. That's right. The people's voice is being threatened.
And I dare say the fact that their time is up is probably just right with this 10-member review team. Now, one hand, though, again, we don't have a conclusion that they came up with, but it was only going to be a recommendation anyway. It was always going to be the governor's decision whether an emergency manager is appointed or whether there is a consent agreement, which now is being called a financial strategic stability agreement. So he's going to make that decision within 10 days or more. He is not under a deadline. Reporting live from Detroit's News Center area, Val Clark. Back to the studio.